So, Hyliion dropped below $20. Is it a buy? So, a while back, I made a video about Hyliion, which you can watch up here, where I look into the company. And I gotta say, TLDW, I like the company. I thought it was good. I like the idea that it actually has vehicles that you can buy today, which are the hybrid powertrain models, both the diesel and the RNG, or the CNG, sorry. I like the fact that it shows natural gas as its renewable energy source. That is a energy source that already exists. The infrastructure already exists in the country. I really like the company. However, I did say that I wasn't ready to buy it as it was. I think the price was between $20 and $25 or whatever. I wanted the price to drop below $20, and if so, I'd be interested. If the price drops below $15, I'd be real interested. But I also wanted to see some development as far as their new truck, the Hyper Truck ERX, and I wanted to see some more consumer interest. So, as of right now, I'm recording this on Friday. You'll be seeing this on Monday the 7th. Hyliion is trading at just above $18, which is an interesting price for me. And what I think triggered this downfall, I mean, as you can see, it dropped from $25 to $18 in about a week. And the trigger for this was the recent news where Hyliion announces redemption of public warrants. So with this news, Hyliion announced that the holders of these 12.5 million outstanding public warrants, which are, I think, were some of the original backers of Hyliion, they pretty much enter into a clause in which they bought some shares, and then they were given the warrant to buy some more shares within 5 years. Well, there was some sort of a loophole or whatever. And now Hyliion is not necessarily forcing them, but they gave them a deadline of December the 30th, 2020 to exercise these warrants, in which they need to buy these 12.5 million shares at $11.50. Once this news broke out, that's when the shares started tumbling. Now, I'm not an expert in public warrants or anything like that, but from what I read on the news is that, I mean, basically investors see this as Hyliion needing cash really quick for some reason, instead of just letting the holders of the warrants, buy it within the 5 years that they had originally planned. Now, if anyone has any more knowledge of these public warrants and how they work, I mean, please let me know in the comments, what you think about all this. But from what I read in the news, it seems like Hyliion needs some cash about something. And I don't necessarily think that's a good or a bad thing, if that's the case. But what that means for me, though, is that because of the drop, Hyliion is in a very interesting range. It's not quite to the 15 I wanted, but it's pretty interesting. So now we need to take a look at some stuff and see whether we're going to buy it right now or not. Hyliion did release a quarterly earnings report recently. This is ending the September the 30th. They haven't made any sales, which is kind of to be expected. However, the thing with Hyliion is that they already have products right now. They already have products that you can buy today, which is the hybrid powertrain. And they haven't made any sales of that. Now, I don't know if that's because they're really just, pushing all out with the Hypertruck ERX, or if they're trying to sell the hybrid powertrains at all. But as of September the 30th, no sales have been made since they've been public. Their balance sheet is holding strong for a small and up-and-coming company. They have, this is in thousands, so they have around 117 million in cash and cash equivalents, and they only have 120,000 in debt. So as far as their balance sheet, this looks pretty good, actually. This looks really good. Now, unfortunately, outside of the whole warrant thing, there hasn't really been any major news in recent news for Hyliion. Either news big enough to make Google News, or on Hyliion's own, investor page. There hasn't been any, major developments at all. I know Tom Healy did an interview with FreightWaves, which I watched and I liked. I thought it was a really good interview, and I mean, about this CEO, I think he really has his stuff together, at least from my perception of him. Like, it's a lot better than Nikola. It's a lot better than Nikola, and I hate to compare the two, but, I mean, they actually have products, and they actually have a truck that they show in their presentation. So, I mean, I think he has a good head on his shoulders. But I think the whole thing is, I think the idea of Hyliion is great, and I think their business plan is completely sound, as far as the fact that they're just selling the powertrains. They're not selling the entire trucks themselves. So what they're doing is they are modifying existing Class 8 trucks with the Hyliion solution, the Hypertruck ERX, the full renewable natural gas solution. I think that's a really great idea, but I am not a trucking expert. I don't know if that's a great idea or not, you know, in the whole trucking world. So I kind of need some more outside validation to, you know, to reinforce my already fairly strong positive beliefs of Hyliion. So right now, if I decide to invest now, or if I just decide to invest that $15 with the information I know, it's pretty much a belief. Is a belief in the opinion that Hyliion is going to deliver on these promises, and that Hyliion is going to find customers. Both of which are not guaranteed to be true. So, and I'm not saying that spec plays are bad. I'm just saying that right now, that's what it is. So this is their timeline as of their Hyliion overview presentation PDF, which was released earlier this year. So right now they already have a Hypertruck out for testing, which is great. And they should be in the middle of this phase right here, the testing and validation. We should start seeing some commercial and launch activities next year between Q1 and Q2. And then we should see all their plans start to come to fruition in the latter half of 2021. So this is when we will start to see the proof of, you know, what they can do and stuff. And the proof, proof is great that they can achieve their the goals and all, because I mean they already did it with their old product. But the other thing I want to see now is when this starts coming along, is all these target customers, these customers that they are targeting. Now they did, if we go back here, they did get Agility to pre-order 1,000 trucks, which is fantastic. But what I still want to see is, I want to see companies like Amazon, UPS, Ryder, Coca-Cola, FedEx. I want to see these companies like express some sort of interest in Hyliion's products. You know, I want to see some interest that gives me a little bit more confidence that when this product actually releases, that people are going to buy it. That's the only thing I'm looking for. Well, so in conclusion, I think Hyliion is really interesting right now. I'm not going to buy it just yet. I'm going to hold off a little longer because I want to see some more progression in these trucks, and I kind of want to see some more consumer interest in that. But as far as a spec play, I can't fault anyone for investing in Hyliion right now. I think it's so far. It's on my good side. I think it's a great company with a great head on the shoulders. But only time will tell if it's all going to work out. Anyways, take care. Have a great day. Eat your vegetables.